It says I'm live. Yes, I'm live on YouTube once more. And this time, for the very first time, I am going to be leading a meditation. Now, for many, many years, once a week, wherever I was living, I had people come in and we meditated, and now my phone has decided to go, and instead of whatever, I forgot to turn it off. Here we go. Just that's the way it goes. Sometimes when you're beginning, you forget to turn the phone off. No one phones me at this time of night. So anyhow, what I wanted to say, many people kept saying to me in the last couple of years, when are you going to set up your meditation class? And the bell's ringing, obviously, from my phone. But it's like, when are you going to be once more doing meditations? Well, life circumstances has it that I live in a small apartment now. I'm a senior, and so consequently, life hasn't always worked out exactly 100% how I wanted it to. I'm very happy where I am. And I thought, now that we really are kept in our homes, we cannot go out, that it would be appropriate. And so if any of you saw what I put out last on Sunday, there's going to be 3 things happening. I already was doing the Norma Talks on Wednesday morning at 10 o'clock using Zoom and then uploading it. So I was doing that. And then I really decided I would do on Tuesday night the meditation, and on Sunday morning more of a spiritual inspiration talk, because I am a reverend as well. So a lot of a lot of places have gone, and I've got a little thing up here saying, if you write your name in the comments, I know you are present with me. And because I'm just learning this technique, and maybe it works and maybe it isn't. And some of you are going to be looking at this later. You'll find me because you've subscribed to the YouTube channel. Now, always on my coffee table, I'm just going to see if you can put this up here. I asked earlier today, a couple of hours ago, what I could get from these little cards, which off the name evades me. I hate that when that happens. And it says truth. And sometimes truth is not something we want to hear. We don't want to deal with it. We want it to be the way we want it to be. We don't want to have to deal with some things that are really we haven't come to terms with yet. And so we would prefer not to do that. So underlying, we're looking at tonight at truth. Now, also, I've always had a deck of message cards. Being a tarot person, yes, but on Wednesday night's meditation, I've always used message cards. And this week, the message cards are going to make sure I get this right here. And I think I actually put it in here somewhere in one of my banners. What banners does this show here? Let's see what that says. No, that's not what I wanted to put in. I thought I had created it. Anyway, I'm going to be learning this, and pretty soon it'll be absolutely bang on. So I'm going to add a new banner. And the name of this message card is Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette. Make sure my spelling is fine. Call, one L, one E, 2 T's, and another E, Baron Reed. And I want to put that one across there. So we're going to add that, hopefully. It's not going to add that. I don't know. It's probably going to take me a couple of weeks to get really used to this, but it should really work. So I wanted people to see what it was, because I absolutely like this particular deck. So I said, okay, I don't know who's going to be looking at this right now and how many people are going to look at this after. So I picked 3 cards. So I'm going to take these away. And oh, here we are. Here it is here. Yeah, Wisdom of the Hidden. This symbol here, it's not very clear. It's called the Well Watcher. And there is a young lady dressed in a kind of what we would call a leather type outfit. And it says wisdom, power of the divine. So one of the things to look at, and that's why I really wanted to see the picture here. You'll notice the young woman in particular, the well is behind her. And if you feel that that particular symbol talks to you, that's what you're going to look at when we get into the meditation. You're going to hold that picture. Then the second one I found very interesting. It's called the Metal King. Discipline, armor, boundaries. Now he's got a very interesting looking face, and I'm going to see if we can get that up. His face is very interesting. He's got armor on. He's obviously, he's got a sword in his hand, and he's ready to do battle for whatever. And I was thinking about this, and I'm going to come back to this in relation to the key word that governs all this. And the third symbol is the hawk prince, spirit communication and paying attention. Now, this particular symbol is very native. And in a minute, when I put some music on, you'll see I've got some very native type music. I guess I should say indigenous people. Sorry about that. My age is showing up here. Now, so you've got three things to think about here. What resonates with you? Knowing that the key here is to find your truth. Is it the well watcher, wisdom, power of the divine? Do you need more power? Do you need more wisdom? Having wisdom doesn't always make it easy, actually. But anyway, the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. What if we want to do the good fight? What if we want to go after what we want? How do we implement that? How does that become our truth? How does that work in a very, very, very effective way? That's one of the things that really begins to happen. And then the Hawk Prince, spirit communication, paying attention. This one really speaks to me because that's what happened to me last Saturday night when I was awake all night thinking about what I was going to be doing, and there was no getting out of it. It was almost like I was definitely having communication with, like, get off the pot and do what you know you got to do. And so that's what we're going to do. So think about that. Do you need to be the well watcher, wisdom, power of the divine? Do you want to be the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries, all relative, all helping you to find your truth? Or the Hawk Prince, spirit communication and paying attention. And what I'm going to do, if I can make this work now, I tell you, it's very interesting. I haven't pulled this out for a long, long time. It's my CD player, and I want to get it working so that it can play, and kind of just feeling my way. And I really, really would appreciate your comments. If you like it, if you don't like it, what you would like to see, what you don't want to see. It's really easy when people are sitting with me in the room and I know who's here, I know what's happening, I know what's going on, all those things, right? I know what's happening, and I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I haven't quite got the music up yet, but it's coming. Music is very important if you're doing inspirational meditations. Now, this maybe need to be a little louder, but I have to talk, so because I always talk for a bit here to set the scene. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to close your eyes and make yourself comfortable, whatever. If you lie down, fine. If you're sitting in a chair, if you're stretched out on your bed, just close your eyes and breathe. Make a choice. Is it the well watcher you need? Wisdom, power of the divine? Is it the Metal King, discipline, armor, and boundaries? Or is it the Hawk Prince, spirit communication and paying attention? You know, we often get communication and we don't listen. I know very often I have done that over my lifetime because it wasn't what I wanted to hear, or it wasn't what I wanted exactly. And again, I think that's why the truth card came out right at the very, very beginning for tonight. So I want you now just to close your eyes and breathe. And when we say breathe, I want you to just breathe slowly. And for a little while, there is nothing you need to think or feel or do in relation to yourself and your life. Now, sometimes when we're first beginning this, when I have people first coming in to start working with me and through meditation, it takes them a while to get used to that because we have busy minds. We have minds that want to work and want to show things and want to do things. But this is a time for just being quiet. Just being quiet. And you can think of the name. You can think of truth, the well watcher, representing wisdom, power of the divine. The middle king, discipline, armor, boundaries, or the hope prince, spirit communication and paying attention. Now I'm going to say some words, and I'd like you in your mind's eye to create those words in your mind's eye. I want you to imagine that you're out on the prairies, a place that there really isn't any mountains really close, and you can see for miles that endless scape of land, of sky. And I want you to think of that you're sitting there and there is a fire. And that fire is burning, perhaps some logs that you've collected. It's nicer to have logs because they give out a better flame than some of the other things that we can use as fire. And as you're sitting there, you could be by yourself or you could have people all around you. And there is this awareness that as you breathe deeper and deeper and deeper into yourself. You end up breathing into your diaphragm, or even deeper, right down into the bottom of your stomach and into your intestines. And you breathe out that which does not belong there. Whatever the words are that you want to concentrate on, wisdom, power of the divine, discipline, armor, boundaries, spirit communications, paying attention, whatever it is that you need to concentrate on, just breathe that into your body. Just allow your body to relax and begin to speak to you. Now, not right away, but in a short time, I'm just going to give some quiet time here. Time for you to allow your mind to go where it needs to. And if you haven't done this before, just be kind to yourself and know everything is okay. Now, usually, and when I had classes, then we sat down and I was there to facilitate what happened and how and what went on so I could help people understand what their meditations were. And if this happens and you follow through, you're very welcome to email me so that you can email me through my website. You can email me generally and just let me say, I had this meditation with you and I was really confused because that's one of my abilities is to help you understand you. So I want you just to allow yourself to move into that place inside. I want you to allow yourself to sink further and further deeper into you. Now, sometimes when we do that, it's parts of us that come out that we haven't really looked at or want to look at. We put them aside. I'm just going to say, because we're looking at truth overall, allow it to come forward and take a look at it. Do you need to forgive yourself? Do you need to let go? Do you need to stop being guilty or resentful? What is it you need to do to allow yourself to move into a direction where you can expand and become at one with all that there is. Remember, this universe is full of love. And it's our guilt and our regrets and our angers and our frustrations that separate us from that lovingness. This is why we meditate. This is why we look at different ways to go inside so that we can let go and allow the universal love to come in and fill the spaces within ourselves, to allow ourselves to become at one, and to know that no matter what, we are loved. We are loved beyond measure. We are important. And it's our minds very often that stop us from allowing ourselves to be at peace. It is our minds very often that kind of beat us up and don't allow us to be at one with who we are. We are at one. We are the essence of who we are, for we are loved for who we are. And yes, we make mistakes, which is why I really like the Hawk Prince, spirit communication and paying attention. Because when you understand that forgiveness is everywhere, when you understand that the energy is so loving, it doesn't matter what you have done, because you might be feeling guilty, but it's working to show you that you are loved beyond measure, that you are important, that you're able to listen and pay attention and be free to be able to let go so that you can move freely in the direction that you're going. It is really, really important to know the essence of who you are. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of quiet time, not a lot, but just a little, so that you can allow your mind to tell you what you need to do, and you can pay attention to your own inner being. And if you find you can't do it, that's okay. Just sit there and breathe, because breathing is really, really important. that just gave you a little time of quiet. And if you're not used to quiet, it can be quite disturbing, actually. It can be quite unsettling. And I obviously am not turning, oh, that's a volume button, not an off button. Oh, well, I haven't worked this for a wee while, but I'm going to figure it out again. If you were like me today, you weren't feeling so great. So it was really always nice to meditate because it pulls me back into an alignment and has things begin to work really, really well. This is a crazy time period. And I'm really hoping that what I get to do, not only here, and tomorrow I have underneath here is a Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. And if you can copy that, then you'll see me doing my talks. I've been doing those since a year ago, January. I just had a break because I went on holidays and I did some workshops. So I'm just getting back into doing them. They usually run around 25 minutes to 30 minutes. I don't like going too long because I don't like watching great big long things. So I feel other people seem the same, maybe not. But I will be back on air tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Actually, I won't be on air here. I'll be on with Zoom, and then I have some things I have to do, and then I put it up on the YouTube channel. So in the meantime, I really trust that you have enjoyed this time with me, and next Tuesday, I'll be back here, hopefully a little bit more organized, a little bit more clear, phone turned off, etc., things like that. And we can once more find some place of a meditation that will help you understand you a little bit more, understand where you're heading, what you're needing to do in your life. And in the meantime, if we see you tomorrow, that's great. And again, on Sunday at 11, I'll be streaming using StreamYard again. And that is more on a spiritual, inspirational basis. Thanks very much. You have a great night and a great day tomorrow.